Welcome to Financial Education for the Nation, and my name's Warren Shute. I want to take a moment and talk to you today about mortgage repayment and how to accelerate the repayment of the debt. We call this in the book the snowball effect. And the snowball effect is basically the extra money that is left over from your income and your expenses. And we want to make sure this extra income that's left over is at least 12.5% of your gross income. And the 12.5% comes from the first hour of an 8-hour working day. We want to make sure you pay it to yourself. So on this video, we make the assumption that all unsecured debt is repaid and you have your emergency fund reserve saved. So what we have is we have our mortgage to overpay and we have retirement to fund for. And I want you to take your 12.5% or your snowball, and I want you to allocate it 40, 40, 20. 40% towards your mortgage repayment, 40% towards your retirement planning, and 20% for fun. Pay yourself back and enjoy this. Now, the only exception to this might be if you're a late starter. If you're late to the game and you need to play catch up, you might want to take some of that 20% and allocate it towards the overpayment on the mortgage and or the retirement planning. But this is a plan for life. It's not a 6-month plan, and you need to make sure you're allowing yourself a bit of leeway and you're enjoying yourself. But anyway, back to the mortgage repayment. So we've got the snowball, and we're allocating typically 40% of our snowball towards the mortgage repayment. We do this by setting up a standing order from our bills account directly to our mortgage account. Make sure you quote your mortgage account reference, and make sure after the first few times you've paid this, you actually check in and make sure the payment has been allocated to your mortgage balance and it's being reduced. What you'll tend to find is if you pay approximately 10% of the mortgage payment, you'll reduce the mortgage term by about 10%. So on a 25-year mortgage, that's going to reduce it by 2.5 years. And a 2.5-year saving, around about 2.5 or 2% interest rate, it's going to be about £10,000. So it's a huge saving. But wait, that's just the start of it. What I've experienced from my clients is, yes, it might start off with overpaying by £100 or £500, but then every year they just tend to creep up and add a little bit more to it. So you're accelerating the debt repayment. So it has a positive effect. And it actually increases the repayment period from, say, 2.5 year quicker to maybe 3, 4, 5, and sometimes even more. So what you need to do is make sure you allocate your snowball. Let's recap. Allocate your snowball 40, 40, 20, but 40% of the money into your mortgage as an overpayment, 40% of your money into your retirement planning, and 20% of the money to enjoy. The only exception to that is if you're playing catch up and you need to work a bit harder. The 40% of the snowball goes onto your mortgage by a standing order, and accelerate that debt as quickly as you can. I hope this has been helpful. My name's Warren Shute, and this is Financial Education for the Nation. Thanks for watching. Please connect with me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I'd love to hear your feedback.